Okay, can you hear me? Good evening, everyone. You can use the chat box if you can hear me. If you can hear me, just use the chat box. The chat. Good evening. Good evening. Okay, you're welcome to this. Okay, that's confirmed. You're welcome to this training class. Elevate your trading. I'm coming. Let me share this. First of all, let me share our class flyer before I go over to share my screen. So anybody that's coming in, we know that. Okay. Okay. Now let me come here. Okay. I believe you can all see my screen. I want to share. So you can share this class to your this is Chrome. Okay. At stage. All right. So this evening we will be diving into forex trading. A lot of persons they know about the forex market, they have heard it a lot, and they really do not know how to trade the forex market. They just when they come to my DM and they'll be like, I've heard about forex, so but I don't know how to trade it. And a whole lot of stuff that I do here. So that's why I just started teaching forex trading because a lot of people just have the idea like I know that there is something called forex, but I don't know what it is. I don't know how to trade it. I don't know how to make money from it. And the negative side is of it is that some person just heard about the forex market, maybe watch one or two clips online, they open an account and they started placing trade without actually learning the ropes of how the forex market works. I believe that that is the mistake that let's say 50% of individuals do because they just imagine going to drive a car without learning. Imagine flying a plane without going to aviation school. You understand? That is what I don't. That is what a lot of people do. Even the littlest of the, let's say you want to learn, you want to make clothes for people, like as in a fashion designer, you have to go and learn how to make the clothes. You have to sign up apprenticeship with somebody. The person teaches you for a year or more. Then before you start making clothes for people. So you can see that or for other skills you go through the process of learning. You go through the process of let's say you in the morning, if it's a brick and mortar skill like tailoring, baking, hairdressing, barbing, you wake up in the morning, you go to the shop or wherever you are learning, you stay all through like from morning till evening, you learn and all of those stuff. But on the it's a pity whereby when it comes to forex trading, people just feel like they can do it on their own. You understand? They can just wake up, create an account with a broker, fund the account and start placing trade. That is where you hear a lot of persons complain that the forex market is not legit, the forex market is a scam, which is not actually a scam. If you actually do your due diligence to learn before trading, a lot of persons want to earn before learning, and that is not how it is. You can actually earn as you are learning, but learning is part of the game. Learning is part of the game. You cannot remove learning from trading. They work hand in hand. Okay, so that is the first mentality you need to have before you go fully into the forex market. Take your time to learn. One beautiful thing about forex trading is that you don't need to use 2 years or 1 year like your normal apprenticeship to learn before you start. You know your ropes in a month or less, let's say 2 months, at most 3 months, you have been able to learn what you need to know, like the profitable details that you need to know, the details you need to know to make it profitable. You would have been able to learn it. One. Two is that you will be able to filter what works and what does not work. This is where retest comes in. Okay, testing and retest, so that you'll be able to know what works and what does not work. So when you actually learn your ropes in the forest market, this is what happens to you. You'll not be like the other You will not be like other persons that just do whatever they want, fund an account, come to the forex market and just like without learning, and the next is that they are crying or complaining that have wasted their life or forex has ruined them. And they were actually the ones that did not do like start from the scratch or do what they're supposed to do. So that is just for starters. Also, the other things I tell my students when they start learning, what I tell them is that number one is that forex is a business. Okay, forex is a business. It's not just one roadside thing that you just pick up and start doing. Forex is a business, and as such you have to treat it like a business. Now, what do I mean by that? Every business takes processes. Every business takes processes, from the startup to the launch to like I don't know how to, but forex is a business. I just want to debunk the mentality that we know we have a lot of um forex forex celebrities out there. We have a lot of persons out there that are making it big from the forex market, and what they actually flaunt is their lifestyle. Okay, what they are doing is lifestyle marketing. So because of that, a lot of persons come into the forex market with that mentality, which is true. I'm not saying that they are wrong, they are not. But the thing is that a lot of persons come into the market with that mentality, and they expect that in first month, 2 month, second month, third month, they have already gotten a Benz or a Lamborghini, which does not work that way. I'm going to be telling the truth. It doesn't always work like that. So first is a business. You have to build it. You have to dedicate your time to it. You have to give it time to what? To for it to grow and become profitable, especially for people that are not starting with a very huge amount of money. There's some persons that started trading with $1 million. Okay, that case is different. Not somebody that is starting to trade with $100 or $50, and you expect that in 3 months you'd have gotten a Benz. It doesn't work that way. Okay, so when you have the mentality that forex trading is a business, you will begin to, how do I put it, to trade in the right way. You begin to trade rightly. You begin to make informed decisions, not that you are so okay. What that mentality, like that get rich quick mentality, makes you is that you over leverage your account. You start over trading. Maybe for an account of $100 or $500, you are taking up to like 10 trades with a standard lot size, which is not supposed to be so. Okay, so when you have that mentality of this thing is a process and I want to go through the process, you will be able to make the right decisions in your trading journey. You will be able to do the right things. Now, forex makes people rich. Forex will make you rich if you put in your time and your dedication. However, it's not going to make you rich overnight. Okay, it won't make you rich overnight. So that is just little tips I wanted to add to the whole stuff before I go into seeing your chart and all of those stuff. So if you can see my screen, kindly type it in the comments. If you can see my screen, let me know. Like my full screen, not the one that has my um display picture on it. My entire screen, because I'm sharing my full screen now. Just type it in the okay, you can see my screen. Welcome Richard. Welcome Lady EJ 001. 01. Okay, so I'm actually displaying my screen now, and we will be looking at some technicalities in the forex market. Now I'm not starting from what is forex. At least we should have done those are basics. Okay, those are basics. I'm not doing what is forex, what is lot size, what are pips, and okay, let me just do it this way. If you know the basics of forex trading, just signify like if you know the basics, like you know what is the definition of forex, if you know that, just if you know the basics, so or state your level: basic, intermediate, or expert. If you know what is forex, the lot size, the pips, the forex terminologies, the market sessions, and okay, you know those. Okay, how about technical analysis? If you know, like okay, technical analysis, we have your chart patterns, candlesticks, SMC. There's SMC. I'm thinking of the other one. Okay, intermediate. Okay, so let's just be take it up from there. Okay, let's take it up from there. So I'm going to be the reason I like starting from the basics of technical analysis in every of my session is that when you know the basics of technical analysis, you will be able to build on it. Okay, if you know the basics of technical analysis, you will be able to build on it. I don't go and start teaching SMC like change of market structure, change of character, imbalance, and all of those stuff. I always start from the basics, because when you know the basics, you will be able to build on it. So the basics of forex, any technical, not just forex. Now I know we have forex basic, we have technical analysis, we have risk management. Those are that's trading psychology. Those are the three levels of forex trading. Okay, if you have mastered these three levels, you have become a professional in the forex market. So the basis of technical analysis, I always start from there. And what are the basis? Support and resistance. If you know support and resistance, 50% of your trading journey is solved, like your technical analysis is solved if you know support and resistance. But where you don't know support and resistance, you'll never be able to build anything sustainable in the forex market, because everything that you want to learn, whether break of market structure, change of character, imbalance, or maybe your double tops and double bottoms, anything you want to learn, they all rest on support and resistance. There is no technical analysis without support and resistance. Those are the basics. So we're going to we'll start from them today. After that, we build on something else for today. So after take support and resistance, I'm teaching you another level, like it's like a build up. I'll just be building it up like that. Okay, so let's start. So what is support? Let me use my text. So we start with support. Support is a place below price from which the market buys from. Okay, or we say a place below price from which the market reverses or goes up from or buys from is still fine. So before I before I actually go through like my chart, what I do is that I just make drawings first. When I make drawings first, you'll be able to relate when I start picking those drawings inside the chart. So that is basically what I do. So let's come here. Let me get my part. So let's say for instance, market was just coming down. You have this. The market was, we'll say the market, let me use a brush instead. So market was just moving in a downwards position and market just kept coming down and coming down. All of a sudden it takes the sharp turn up and it starts going up. Now this basic place where it reverses from, that is what we call the support, basic level. Okay, this place where the market reverses from is just where we call a support. Simple. Now in the case whereby, the thing is that if you even know, if you try just support and resistance, you still be profitable. Only support and resistance, if this is all you even know, you will still be profitable. One thing you want to avoid in the forex market, I'm just trying to shift some things in. One thing you want to avoid in the forex market is having conflict of knowledge, like information overload or knowledge overload. You know SFC, you know BTMM, you know market patterns, you know chart patterns, you know a lot of I'm trying to get one particular, I don't know why I'm forgetting it. There's smart money concept is SMC. There's one that is T. Okay, maybe I'll get it later. So you know everything, and when you want to make a trading decision, you just get confused. You want to avoid that. One thing I've noticed in the forex market in my years of trading is that the simpler the better. The simpler the better. That's why if when we start even seeing my chart, you see that my chart is clear. There's no plenty things, maybe indicators or templates and all of that. My chart is clear. In the forex market, the simpler the better. If you want to if you want to be profitable in trading, make your trading to become simple. Okay, make your trading to become simple. That's how you'll be profitable. Okay, so that is by the way. So let's continue. Now this is, I just explained the support, a place below price from where the market buys from. So let's say the market was coming down like I have drawn now, and all of a sudden it takes a sharp turn and started going up. So as it started going up, this place that it takes the sharp turn from, that is a support. That is a support. And what you do, what we will expect is that the next time the market is coming down to this zone, when it gets to this same point, it what reverses up. So what we do is that we wait for it at this point. You understand? Some persons may be like, oh, how long am I going to wait? Trading is patience. Okay, building a business takes patience. So trading is also, should also what, take patience. It's the same thing. So you wait for it to get to this place. Immediately market gets to a place, it goes up and you take what, a buy order. You take your buy order and place your stop loss just below. Some persons make the mistake of placing their stop loss as the support. No, what you do is that you place your stop loss below, like below the support. That is what you should do. Okay, so let me go through my chart so that we mark areas of support. We can even, today is Friday, you can even mark them against Monday or against, even though it's not Monday, maybe against the future. You can just mark there. So I'm just seeing a perfect support here. So let me highlight it first. So what I use to mark my support is either I use a rectangle or I use an horizontal line. For now, I'm using this rectangle. The reason why rectangles are better, it marks zones. Rectangles mark zones instead of price, because the support, if you can see this clearly, this particular price was a support. Now the next support was a price lower than that, then another price lower, and but you can what you notice is that they all occurred at the same zone. So that's why it's best to use a rectangular bar. Okay, they all occur at the same zone. That is how it works. So this is support. So I'm going to go to another pair. Mm, okay, my screen is frozen. My screen is not moving. I'm coming. Let me. Oh wow. Let me see. Um, I'll stop sharing and share back. Don't know why it's not moving. Let me remove from stage, add to stage. Okay, all right. I believe my screen is moving now. Let me go to another. Um, oh, is it? I've moved to another pair, Euro card. I don't know if it's visible on your own end. I just want to confirm that we're all seeing the same thing before I proceed. Euro card, is it showing from your own end? Um, is it okay? I've moved to Euro card though. Well, what I'll do is I'll stop sharing and share again. Okay. I've shared it again. Let's see. Okay, are we good? Are we good? Okay. Oh, I believe. Oh, okay, okay. So let's continue. I was trying to give examples of support. Trying to give examples of support. So I went to other charts to do that. Let me go to a higher time frame. So just quick ones. As the class progresses, I'll be dropping some snippets that will help you with your trading. Once you want to know that every signal, sorry, is it signal now? Every strategy works best on higher time frame. Every strategy works best on higher time frame. For me, I'm not a scalper. I'm not somebody that will enter a trade in let's say I'll enter a trade by 8 o'clock, and by 8:30 I'm leaving the trade. I'm not a scalper. So because I'm not a scalper, what I do is that I take my trades from higher time frames. I take my trades from like the daily time frame, the 4 hour time frame. Why do I do that? Because it gives me better entry. It gives me better entry. It gives me zones that are respected. Sometimes you can see a support at, let's say, 30 minutes time frame, and all of a sudden the support is broken. Why? Because let's say there is something else in 4 hours or daily or even weekly that the market has to go and respect. Okay, so for me, what works for me is that I do my trading from higher time frames. That's why I'm able to get the best out of the market. Now, I'm not bragging. This is not a brag, although it's a bragging right. However, my success rate in the market is very high. I have up to 90%. For those that are in my signal room, my paid signal room, my free signal room, for those that are in those rooms, they can actually confirm this that I have up to 90%. I'm not saying that I don't take losses, so but if I take like 10 trades, the only trade that will go wrong is just one or two. The others will be in profit. So I've known what works for me and I'm sticking with it. So for me, strategies are more effective when they are taken from higher time frames. Strategies are more effective when they are taken from higher time frames. So let me expand this chart now. As you can see, this is actually a support zone. The market got to this particular point and went up, came down again, went up, came down again and went up. Now for charts like this, I may not really know them on time, but immediately I see things like this, what I do is to take advantage of it. So you can see that this is a support zone on a daily time frame, and market have respected it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. You get, so you want to use higher time frames for your analysis. It works best. It works best from higher time frames. I'm still looking for other support zones so that we have concrete evidences. Okay, so I just spotted the support zone right now. Let me delete this, guys, and mark it. So what I use for my, can see this place, this is a support. This is a weekly time frame now, and this is a support that I just marked here. Though the market has already respected it, even though it's coming down, I believe that when it gets to this place, it has already gotten to the zone and respected it. This happened 2 days ago. Today, even no, yes, this happened on Wednesday. The market actually respected this zone on Wednesday. So this was our first touch. This was our second touch. The third, sorry, yes, the third, the fourth, then the fifth. So I said that this is either it goes, there are two possible options here. This is how we trade forex. There are two possible options here. It's either the market comes down again and goes up and flies up, or from this particular point it just goes up. So either ways is actually a buy. Either ways is a what? A buy. So that is that for support. The next thing we'll be looking at is the brother or the opposite of support. Forex trading is more like where it's an opposite: bearish, bullish, long, short, support, resistance. Okay, so it's more like what's an opposite. If there's a bullish, know that there's a bearish. If there's a long, know that there's a short. If there's a support, know that there's a resistance. That is how the forex market works. Now the resistance is the opposite of the support. So the resistance is a place, let me type that out, a place below price, sorry, above price, from which market sells from. So this is our resistance. The resistance is a place below price from which, sorry, a place above price from which market sells from. So I'm going back to take up my brush right now. So let's say the market is this place. It hasn't gotten to a top, kind of. So, but however, when it gets to when it gets to When it gets to that top, market starts coming down. So that is a resistance. Resistance is a place above price from which market sells from. So what you do at a resistance is to place a sell order. What you do at a resistance is to place a what is a sell order. So I'm going to go through our charts now to get like examples. I love giving examples. We just saw one which I took advantage of. I think is this guy now, right? Let's see. Okay, this one. We have this. Okay, now let's see this one. I sent this trade. I sent it to the group yesterday or on. Okay, I sent it on Wednesday for those in my both my free and paid room. I actually sent the trade to them. Okay, so let's see it now. The market was actually buying and it got to this point that is above price and dropped. I guess you are seeing it. It went up again, it dropped, went up again, dropped. So I just noted that since the market was always coming down from that zone, that is what a resistance. And I placed my rectangular bar there and I took this sell order. So let me expand my chart so that we'll see clearly. I took this sell order and this has given from where we entered down, this is 130 pips profit from just trading support and resistance. Now this one, in this case, this is resistance. So that's why I was saying that you don't really need much knowledge to be profitable in the forex market. The simpler the better. So this gave a 130 pips profit uh, straight up in within 3 days. Okay, for those that are using a standard lot size, this is like $1,300. For those that are using 0.1 lot size, this is $130 in 3 days. Just with what resistance, nothing more. No plenty drama, plenty English. No, a lot of people like English. Liquidity graph, abi, no plenty English. You don't need all those things. The simpler the better. Okay, so this is what the resistance. I want to go to another trade. Okay, this was taken from a resistance. This was even taken from a resistance. This one I took this one in the middle of a trend and it still hit the TP before it came down. This was from a support. Then this was I took this one from a resistance too. So immediately it got to this resistance, though I did not even see this trade on time. It has touched the resistance and started coming down before I actually saw it, and I still took advantage of it. And this has given 90 pips thus far, just resistance. Are you seeing the simplicity in this old stuff? Just resistance, no big drama. Okay, so let me continue. I hope we get the concept of support and resistance. Let me hear your comments. You get the concept of support and resistance. I want to see you in the comment. Or should I explain further on support and resistance? Should I explain further? This one is from a resistance. Okay, so you see how support and resistance just works. Okay, so let's go further. Now, let me just ship this in. Okay, it's very clear. All right. So let me just ship this in. A broken support becomes a resistance, while a broken resistance becomes a support. So let's say, first of all, so let's say the market was like this. It's coming down, right? So it will give a support definitely. It goes up, it comes down again, goes up, and all of that. And when it's coming down again, it breaks it. So this support is already broken. What you see next that when the market comes down, it goes up. What you do is from this support now that has been broken, it starts coming down. So this broken support has become what? A resistance. That is how the forex trading was, because the truth is that the market will not always respect a particular zone. It can never happen. If the market keeps respecting a particular zone every time, everybody would have made it. You understand, the forex trading. So the market cannot continue respecting a particular zone. That's why there are times where it will just break through it so that it creates a new high or a new low. Okay, it creates a new high or a new low, or it creates a new support or a new resistance. So when I let me see if I can get some examples of broken supports that became a resistance. Let's see. um for this, I think I have to let me go to a higher time frame. A broken support that became a resistance. Chapters. Sets. Okay. Um Let me go to another pair and find a fish. Let me go to, okay. I think I can use this what I'm saying now for the sake of this example. Now there is a resistance here. You can see clearly. This is a resistance that the market kept respecting and respecting until it broke above it. It broke above it, it came here, went up, came here, went up, came here before it started dancing around it. So you can see from this that a broken support became a what? A resistance. Thank God I'm just seeing this resistance right now. Oh wow. Okay. All right. I'm looking for other examples though, where a broken support became a resistance. This is how you actually learn the skill of analysis. Open your chart, look for things. Some persons they just want to sit and expect everything to fall on their laps. Just open your chart, look for support or resistance and mark those zones. Okay. So let me get another one. Mm, okay. Okay. I've seen one. So this is a support zone right now. At this point, this is what? A support zone. Market broke below it, came up and respected that zone. So you can see that a broken support here became what? A resistance. So let's go further. Let's just go further. I believe this concept of support resistance is clear. So the next thing we want to look at is, by now you should have known your market trend, the uptrend, the downtrend, and the shopping market. Now, what people know is that they know the uptrend, they know the downtrend, they know the shopping market, but there's a fourth market that people don't really take note of which I'm going to dwell on today. There's a fourth kind of market that people don't take note of, and it actually works. If you can note it early, it has, let's say, 99% success rate. If you can actually get to know about it early, it has 99% success rate, and that is what is called the ranging market. People don't know it. What they know is support, sorry, uptrend, downtrend, and shopping. People don't know the ranging market, and I'm going to explain it to us. Now, for a ranging market, we have an high, we have a low, then we have markets dancing between the highs and the lows. This is what a ranging market looks like. And the reason why I like ranging market because the accuracy is high. The reason why I don't like it is that you may not cash it on time. But if you cash it on time or until before the range is broken, you will be profitable with it. Now, I give you an example. This trade. Okay, another aspect of ranging market is the, let me just draw. We have, let me use a trend line for this. We have triangular market. So something like this. Let's say something like this. We have something like this. Let me drop that. And market keeps going back and forth. The what? The range. If you can spot something like this early, if you can actually spot it early, you will be profitable. You can make this trade because what it just involves is that what a ranging market involves is that when the market is at a support, let's say it has this support, what you do is to place a buy. You place a buy. When it gets to, you just allow it to go. Like in the ranging market, you know exactly where market is going to reverse from. You know the exact zone that market will reverse from. You know the exact zone that to enter a buy. You know the exact zone to what to exit. So you enter a buy from the support. You allow it get to the what to resistance. You place a sell. Allow it get to the support again. You place what a buy. This is just how to trade the ranging market. This is really overlooked in the forex market, but it is highly profitable if you can actually pick it up on time. It's just for you to train your eyes to see these things when they occur. So let me, okay, so let me just scroll. I got that. Let me go to my daily time frame. Okay, we had this. This was a ranging market. I'll look for another example though. This was a ranging market that I really did not cash it on time. Okay. So the market from this support, it went up, got to the resistance, came down, went up again to the support, and is now coming down. I caught the first leg, but I got distracted after some days, even weeks, because from this place to this place, it takes weeks because this is a daily time frame. I told you I trade from higher time frames. So I just joined in the middle. So imagine you took a trade from this place and you allowed it to this top. This is a total. Let me measure the pips. It's actually a total of 450 pips. Oh, is my screen frozen again? Oh, let me stop sharing and reshare. Okay, share screen. Okay, I'm sharing my screen now, so maybe very soon. Okay, I think I'm having network issues. So let me know if you can see my screen now. I shared my screen so that it won't be frozen. Oh, wow. Um, can you see my screen now? I stopped sharing and shared it again, so I reshared it. Can you see my screen now? Let me know from the comments if you can see my screen now. Not yet. I think. Okay. Oh wow. So I think I'm having some technical issues. Yeah. I'm having some technical issues already. Okay, so what we'll do now is that because of this, I'm going to end the class here and we'll continue again. Um, I'm going to end the class here. Hope you can hear me. Okay, can you hear me? Let me know that I'm communicating. If you are not seeing my screen, can you hear me? If you are not seeing my screen, can you hear me? Okay. Okay, if I'm being heard, because of the technical issue, because it's actually displaying on my own end, I don't know why it's not visible to those following. So we are going to end the class here. We continue next week from this place that I stopped, from ranging market. We continue from there next week so that I'll sort out the old technical issues and we have a seamless class next week. So thanks for your time. I'm Sarah Bamba, Switch Digitals. We'll see you again next week. Thank you.